Hello, Dr. James Bogesh, expert in health and longevity, and for anybody who's listened to any of my videos for any length of time or read any of the articles I've written, know that I am very strongly against artificial sweeteners. I am also not a big fan of long-term use of things like stevia either. And this particular study just drives it home. Before I get into that, the thing is that obviously, these things are in everything. Common sense would tell you that if they were working, we'd see lower rates of diabetes and obesity, and that is absolutely, obviously, not the direction that society is headed. It seems like as we've adopted more and more of these, we've had more and more problems with obesity and diabetes. Whether it's causation or correlation, I think there's enough to suggest that it is causation. But I think largely it tricks our body. You can't cheat Mother Nature. There's always a price to be paid. And so when we're using these artificial sweeteners, and even stevia to a certain degree, you're still cheating Mother Nature. You can't do a keto diet that has loads of sucralose in it and think that you're doing your body a good service. So kind of came to mind recently that the four common artificial sweeteners, so saccharin, sucralose, aspartame, and acesulfame K, acesulfame potassium, which are in, we're back to having to read the ingredients label, but they actually have antimicrobial properties. So you're like, oh, that should be fantastic, right? So it should, help kill off bacteria. But no, the answer is no. When we are constantly trying to kill off bacteria, they ultimately develop antibiotic resistance. So think about people who have artificial sweeteners every single day. The concept is that you're developing antimicrobial colonies across your gut. And that's what this study, which was a laboratory study, not an in-person study, but found that these plasmids that promote antibiotic resistance because of artificial sweeteners are passed between bacteria. So yet another reason why we should be avoiding these, in that it might make the bacteria, it clearly affects the microbiome, but it may be affecting it in a way that we really don't want changes, and may be affecting the overall incidence of antibiotic resistance in society as a whole. Interestingly enough, the sugar alcohols like xylitol are not antibacterial. They're bacteriostatic. So they don't kill off bacteria. They just change the way that they are. So like xylitol being used for in dental products. Bacteria can't use the xylitol as a fuel source, so it affects their growth and changes the population, but in a different way than artificial sweeteners will. So just had to point that one out. As always, I'll post a link to this particular study in the description. Make sure you like this video, share it with somebody who you think needs information, and subscribe to the channel.